Hello guys, welcome to Bajerski YouTube channel. Okay, here we go. How y'all doing guys? Nice to see you. Come on, get this coffee out. I know, it's not too good, is it? Shouldn't be doing this. Oh, let me try that again. Push that down first. It helps. I like the smell of coffee much more than drinking it. So you're gonna share some of these with me. Come on, there you go. Look, dark chocolate. So apricots, beautiful. Fresh dates, and they're I think pipless, and then some really dark chocolate, and then some nuts. That's my sweet intake. If you've got a sweet tooth, change it from the really bad stuff from the shops like crisps, chocolate bars. Get rid of all of that. That stuff will kill you. It's really bad stuff. Go for natural foods every time and you'll heal. Some nice grapes. If you've got a sweet tooth, grapes are amazing. Yeah, how are you all doing guys? So I had a lovely message in, and this question's been asked of me a few times, but today I hope to tackle it with you after drinking a little bit of coffee. It's been a busy day today again, full on, non-stop. The Power of Moldavite is coming on along amazing, and my next book, and I think the next book, which is a follow-up of The Diary of an Accidental Psychic, the next book is going to be, the name is going to probably be something like A Journey of a Psychic Healer. Because it's no accident anymore, whereas before it was. Now it's not. It's kind of a journey, and I like the word journey rather than path, because journey means it's such a beautiful, wide opening, and the journey of what I'm doing, rather than path is just what you kind of walk on. So I think I'm gonna kind of go along with that. I was gonna call it something else. But I think I'm going to stick with that. It's nice and simple. So today's topic, guys. Okay, nice to see you. Hello. I do waffle on, I really do, but it's worth it. I think this should be worth it. Now, this topic is not for any of us who are grown up. The grown-ups. Not that we've grown up. This is, in fact, it probably applies to everybody in truth, but the message was sent to me by a young girl who is now walking a path of just left school and struggles a little bit with life, as we all did. It's a real challenge after school. The problem is with school is it doesn't get you prepared for the big wide world. It basically just brainwashes us to certain things that back then may have been of use, but now no use at all. So yes, there are things within school that help us, learning how to spell, write, add up, but they don't actually teach us how to live, how to live. You have to figure that one out yourself. So thank you for your message, dear lovely person. I'm not mentioning no names. And I'm going to try and help you with this subject. So over the years, I've been working with a lot of teenagers who have struggled with this subject. And that is, how do I overcome the thoughts of what is my life about and what is my purpose? And just to make you understand something, if you're watching this today, I don't think many people have grasped the understanding of this. And I think a lot of people at the age of my age and older still don't know. So maybe there's something in that. Maybe we can't really learn from our elders because they don't know neither. But maybe a guy who's a little bit quacky like me and who's listened and watched people like you who struggled to understand who you are, what you are, and where you're going, and seen the transition of what you did in your life and how you changed your thoughts and your understanding and your belief system to an amazing life and an amazing adventure and what happens next. And I have to say, over the 16 years I've watched children turn into adults and find their path and their destiny and their reason to live, then I took notice. And from that moment on, I just thought, okay, now I'm seeing a pattern. And I was going to write about this in one of my books, which was self-help books, but I'm going to share it with you now. So I'm going to start by my journey, because my journey is an interesting one, like yours is, and yours is going to be. Trust me, your journey is just as equal as mine and more beautiful than mine and anybody else's. But my journey was very interesting because when I left school, and I couldn't wait to leave school, I wanted to understand what life was. I wanted to experience it to its full. And many people believed back then that to have a job, you were very lucky. And if you had a job, you've got to keep that job. That job is important, and this is going to be your life, and this is going to be the structure, and you're going to base your life around the job. So you're going to get up every morning, you're going to have your breakfast no matter how you feel, and you're going to go to work like a good girl or boy, and you're going to work in that office from 9 till 5, and sometimes maybe later, and get paid extra, and you're going to look forward to your one holiday a year. No. I saw this and it didn't fit. Something didn't feel right. And I got the job and I started working and I got up in the morning and I did not feel well at all. And something was telling me this isn't right. Something was saying this isn't right. And for the first 4 weeks, I was actually fighting with this feeling. And today I've come to understand what this feeling is. This feeling is basically a whisper, basically somebody talking to you. And it's what I call your higher self. Now, the world as we know it doesn't want you to talk to your higher self. You see, what the world tries to do, or should I say, the system, wants you to behave yourself and to go to work and do your job. And no matter if you like it or not, you still get up in the morning and do it. Because if you don't, you won't be able to pay for this, you won't be able to go on holiday, you won't be able to have the nice things and stuff. So it kind of brainwashes us into believing that if you've got a job, you're lucky. And it wasn't washing with me because I was really lucky. I wasn't bothered about money. It didn't mean anything to me. And I never thought too much about fancy holidays, fancy cars, fancy anything. I just wanted to be happy. That's the most amazing, powerful, and the richest thing you can own is happiness. You can't buy it. It's just amazing. So I'm doing my first job, which was, I think I was a carpet fitter. I had that many jobs. So, and I got up one morning and I rung up and I said, I'm not coming in. And he said, what are you talking about, son? I said, I'm not coming in. And then I came downstairs and my dad looked at me and says, why aren't you going to work? I says, I don't want to go to work. I don't like it. Well, my dad was furious because in his head, that once you've got a job, you should stick at it. And he was so angry. And I said to him, you know, Dad, the reason why I don't want to go to work is because it's making me sad. and I don't want to be sad. And I said, and I've seen you sad for 26 years and angry, and I don't want to do that. So I walked out of the door, and I got another job soon after, working at, I think, a shop which sold suits. I wanted to see if I was good at selling suits, and I think I got fired from that because I was selling the wrong suits, because the suits that I was selling, I was telling people, these suits are no good. And I was selling suits for a company called Burton's. And there was a company next to them, which was a franchise, and they were called Santo. And I said, you want to buy one of them? And the guy at Santo used to come up to me and give me like €5. And I'd say, what's that for? £5. And I said, what's that for? He said, for bringing customers to me. So I didn't even need to try, because I knew the suits over there were better. And the company that I was working with were telling me I need to sell their suits, and their suits were crap. I couldn't do that. So I got fired from that for telling the truth. Yeah, you start to understand now how it all works, the system. So I did about, I think, over 100 jobs. And that's not an exaggeration, it's true. And it sent my dad insane. It sent him insane. And I was a robotic dancer. I travelled the world. I ended up dancing on lots of TV programs, Hitman and Her, or, you know, I don't know if you remember Take That. Well, these guys were next to me dancing before they even became famous, and I got to meet loads of people, you know, loads of famous people when we were dancing. Rick Astley, all of those singers back then. It was great, and I actually really enjoyed that because I didn't really have a boss, and I realise now at this moment I'm totally unemployable. And I think I realised that all the way through my life, and I became self-employed. And the reason why is because I didn't like being told what to do. No, that's not true. I didn't like being told what to do in a nasty way. I don't mind people telling me this is what needs doing. And as a boss, I used to treat people in the utmost respect, like I would want to be spoken to. But when people are in power, they get a bit angry and aggressive. So I realised I didn't like that. So I turned away from that. And at 38 years old, I ended up coming to a beautiful magical mountain. And all of a sudden, my path, my journey, my truth, my path, I can't actually say it's what I've come into this world for, but it's definitely something that I look back now and say, wow, I'm so happy I found that particular part of my journey. Not that there were certain parts of my other journey that I didn't feel was good. My dancing was amazing. So I think where I'm coming to with this, and the message I want to give to you today quite clearly, is this. I think that, and it's not your fault if you feel this way, if you feel down and you don't know why you're here and what you're going to do and what your life is about. It's not your fault. It definitely isn't your fault. I think what it is that I believe that our schooling system has never taught us how to be confident and strong and to believe in ourselves. That's the missing link of schools. So you have to figure that out for yourself, and it can take a number of years to unlearn all what you've been programmed to believe at school. So I'm here to tell you that your journey is amazing. You just don't even know it yet. And where you're going is you don't know yet. You've no idea. And that's why you asked the question. But what I see is a great adventure for you. And it consists of many paths, many. So the first thing you have to understand and unlearn is that when you see these cliches of this path takes you to a bad place and this path takes you to the good place, that's nonsense, because there's 1,000 paths for you to choose at any given moment. And what you've got to understand is that the beautiful synchronicities that take you to where you need to be and where you're going is exactly as it's meant to be, no matter what path you take. So you can go here and then go there and go, oh, and then go there, and then you'll get to here and you'll go, oh my God, this is it. And then I'll say, but if it wasn't from going to there and going there and going to that path and that path, you would have never have got to this path. Whereas the way the world tries to perceive it is they try and say you're going the wrong way when something is challenging. But actually, I've looked at these 16 years and noticed that every challenging path has actually been the most profound moment to take me to where I'm going or to get me ready for what I'm going to do. So first of all, you have to take this thinking of I'm going the wrong way as utter nonsense. It's a lie. It's a complete sham. And people who say that, they say it because of an agenda, of a reason why they're saying it, because they want you to go a different way, because of their fear, worries. But actually, the path that you're going on is the path that you're meant to be on. So it doesn't matter which way you go. So that's the first thing you've got to grasp, okay? It doesn't matter where you go. And the second thing, which is so important, is that you don't have to think about that path. You don't have to think, okay, I'm going on this path to get to B, from A to B. No, you don't have to do that. And the reason why you don't have to do it is 16 years of watching young girls and boys doing that. 9 times out of 10, they get disappointed because they're looking at B. So they're walking a path, hoping, thinking, praying that B is going to give them all that they want, and they're let down. Because what you start to tell yourself, because of the way the world has taught you, is that you have to know what you're doing. You don't have to know what you're doing at all. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. Inside your heart, inside here, is a voice. It's called your sixth sense. It's called your spirit. That's who you are. When you leave this body, who you are is not this body. Who you are is the spirit in you. It's all understanding, it's all knowing, it's all loving, it's all caring. Okay? That's who you are. This is just a shell. They call it a suit. That's all it is. So we tend to listen to the body, and this, it's called the tool, it's called the mind. And we tend to listen to this and not listen to our spirit, our higher self, our being, who we are. So we're listening to this, which actually doesn't know anything apart from crossing the road, looking left and right. Well done. Apart from that, shut up. You know, this is what we listen to. And we get confused. So we start getting depressed. I've seen it. I've seen lots of girls and boys get depressed because they're listening to this, because they've been taught to listen to this. Nobody's ever taught them to listen to this. And this, my dear friends, is who you are. This is a tool. You have to figure that one out one day, but you could figure it out now. So if this makes a bit of sense and you start to listen to this here, your truth, your feelings, and follow them, no matter what this says or what your mum and dad says or what anybody else says. You came into this world for you, not for your mum and dad. You came into this world for you, not for your brothers and sisters. You came into this world for you. And that's not selfish. That's not selfish, because if your mum and dad love you, truly love you, they would honour your path and what you want and where you're going. Of course, parents are going to always say, just be a little careful and listen to your gut feeling when you travel. My daughter's about to travel in 5 days. She's going travelling around the world. One of the things that was said to her by my partner was, listen to your gut feeling, listen to your instinct. What a brilliant thing to say. Listen to this. At any given moment, always listen to this, not this. And that's what I'm giving to you today. I'm trying to help you understand that by knowing that whatever path you take leads you to exactly where you will be going. In the end, it doesn't matter if you go that way and you say, oh, that's not my path, I need to get back on my path. No, you're on your path. Go that way, because it'll take you to exactly where you need to be at the exact moment you're meant to be there. It's a really tough one, because Most people will think what I'm saying is crazy because they've been brought up to just think, to just use this and not feel. And the only way you can change your life from depression, from sadness, worry, fear, is to listen to this and to trust in your path, to believe that whichever way you go will take you to exactly where you need to go, where you need to be. And more importantly, where you're taken to is exactly where you're going. So everything is perfectly placed on your journey. The mind is a beautiful tool to help you for certain things, but not to trust. This is what you listen to. This gives you the trust. Your trueness, yourself, gives you that power. This only gives you worry and fear. This only questions everything. All that ever does is question. It never stops. It's not meant to stop. That's why it's a tool. So you have to learn to switch it on and off. So like I said, when you cross the road, you look left and right. Well done. That's when you switch it on. When you wake up in the morning, you put your clothes on, you make your breakfast, you use your tool to do that. But you don't use your tool about your future, about who am I, where am I going, what is my path, all of those things come from here. And is it that important to know your future? Is it that important to know what your path is and your journey? Because let me tell you something. In all these years, I've watched young girls and boys ask that question, and now they're in their 30s. I ask these same beautiful people, tell me what you feel about those years of worrying about what you are and who you are and what your path and journey is. And do you know what they always say? It was the biggest waste of my mind's thoughts. It was the biggest suffering of my heart that I ever felt. And I said, so now you are where you are, what would you tell everybody else? I would tell them to enjoy every single day and not worry a single thought about my path and journey. So there is a clear picture that if you want to heal yourself from the pain and suffering of the what ifs, where should I go? What should I be? Who should I be? Why am I here? If you want to heal yourself from that, the first step is to trust that all is as it should be right now. And where you are right this minute watching this is a confirmation from what I believe is a universal pull to watch this, for you to relax and stop putting negative thoughts in your head which serve no purpose along your journey. Because if you're thinking, you are not seeing, you are not feeling. If you are using this, that's all you'll ever do. And you will never have the time to see the amazing, beautiful, magical signs that are always given to us. But we don't see them because we're too busy in here looking at B, because we're at A and now we need to get to B. And that is where we go wrong. So what would I say to you if I was sat with you now, knowing how lucky you are, being so young, and you've got the rest of your life and you're about to shine your light, you're about to make a difference in this world as you've done every day since you were born, which you have, and you forgot about that. You forgot about what a beautiful difference you've made to this world. You are amazing. You are so beautiful. You've touched so many people's lives. You've touched so many people's hearts. You've made people smile. You are amazing. And once you realize that you are amazing and everything that you do, each smile that you give, every time you help somebody, every time you make a difference in your life, every time you treat yourself well, you create an energy that heals the world. And for me, what I've seen quite clearly within the people who have ended up in a place where they're so happy in their life, the interesting thing for me is that I believe most of us always end up in that place of what we didn't know we wanted, but we did. I believe deep inside that we actually truly know what we want and where we want to go. Even though we don't, I believe we do. There is a higher energy, there's a higher intuition inside you that is so powerful, that is all-seeing and all-knowing. But I think it's such a challenge to get in there and really, really listen. I think every now and again, when we're at our happiest, when we feel amazing, not when we're low, not when we're feeling bad, not when we feel lost, not going to happen, never, because we block it. But when we're feeling at our happiest, when we trust, when we feel like a guy says, hey, don't worry, you get in there, it's all going to be presented to you, all in its right moment. And when you say, okay, I believe him, I believe this guy is a bit of a crazy guy wearing silly shirts, but I actually think he might be right. When you start to feel that and you switch this off and you wake up in the morning and you breathe because you feel that everything's okay and it will present itself in its right moment, you create a new energy. You open up. It's called trust. The first thing you have to do is accept. You have to accept my words. If you accept my words, then what happens is you open up. So from accept to trust. And then from trust, you will flow. And it is that very magical energy, which I call flow, that you will be led like a beautiful stream, and you put a little tiny handmade little boat and let it go. It'll go down that stream and it'll get stuck, and eventually it'll move again and continue, and eventually it'll get to exactly where it needs to be. And that is the big sea. And that is how I see your life. You are now on your flow, on your journey, and you will definitely have obstacles. That's part of the journey. That's what makes you who you are. Without them, you'll only be bored. It's a boring life. But there'll be lots of obstacles, lots of things that'll test your patience. People that'll wind you up. You'll feel angry, you'll knee-jerk. But these are the little things that you get to learn about yourself and ask yourself, wow, did I really do that? Should I have done that? Did it make any difference now that I'm angry and bitter? And you learn from all of these little obstacles. And eventually, you get to the sea. And that's where I see you. The opportunity of your life is like looking at an ocean. You have everything in front of you now. Everything. Your life is amazing. It truly is amazing, more than anybody could ever say. In fact, even me saying this, I'm limiting your beautiful life and what is about to happen. I ask you to do one thing today. And if you were to say to me, Mark, after you've just said that, still give me a little bit of something else, I would say this. Everybody that I've ever met who's practiced the art of trust, who has just got on with their life without worry or fear, I swear this with my hand on my heart, their journey has appeared to them at just the right moment. And if you could see what I've seen within your journey and other people's journeys, when I've looked deep into their future, I often say, hey, don't worry, because what I see for you is amazing. And then they would say, when's this going to happen? I'll say, the moment you stop asking when it's going to happen is when it will appear. The moment you start to stop fearing when this will happen is the moment it will appear. So my final message to you, dear beautiful, amazing soul, whether you are stuck, whether you feel trapped, whether you feel sad, depressed, whatever those feelings are, however you are right now, it's a good thing, because it now gives you the measuring stick to know from tomorrow that now your life is going to change completely and it's going to be the opposite of what you're feeling today. And the path that you're going to walk on is a much simpler path. It's a simple, easy, most perfect, gentle path you'll ever walk. And it is a path that doesn't ask for anything other than simply listening to your heart and telling your mind to shut up. You play no part anymore in my future journey, and I trust. And every time you have one of those thoughts of negativity, you tell it to be quiet, and you continue walking your path. You open your eyes, you open your heart, and you feel what's going on around you. You start to listen to your intuition. And I swear to you, within a matter of weeks, you will see miracles. And one of the miracles you will see is that smile come back on your face. That feeling of excitement that you may have lost over the years. That feeling of I can and I will, and my life will be amazing, and I can conquer anything, and I can do anything that I want. But it's as simple as believing in yourself. So please today, if you can take one thing out of my book and hold on to it, that is, please, please don't fight with this. Try to understand what this is. It's a tool. And try and listen to this. This is who you are inside. This power inside here is who you are. You are a spirit which will never die. You are the most powerful energy in this world. And this is simply a suit that you wear and may look pretty in, or maybe not so pretty. Doesn't matter. I look scruffy every day, who cares? But I'm happy. I know lots of people who dress beautiful who are unhappy. So happiness comes from here and clearing this. So I'm telling you now, your path, your journey, your future is already set for you. It doesn't matter which way you go. Just fly and let it appear to you. Open your eyes, close your mind to any negative thoughts. Just walk your journey and see what the universe has in store, what the universe brings to you every day, the signs. Watch out for them. That's my message today. I hope it means something to you. And I speak from not only the knowledge of what I've witnessed over these 16 years, but my own understanding. I broke free from what my dad thinks I should do, or my mum. Well, my mum wasn't here, but I'm talking about you, you know, what your dad expects of you, what your mum expects of you, what the universe, as you see it up here, as people, as you know, college, as the people around me, what do they expect of me? Take that away. That's the prison of your life. Don't care what other people, don't care what they think, because at the end of the day, they're not you, and they don't really care 100% about you. They only see and they get upset because you're doing something that they've never done, like my dad. So, you know, I'm not a rebellious person. I just know what feels right. And I want you to listen to your feelings and follow them. So if your dad wants you to be a solicitor, if your dad wants you to be a doctor, and you don't want to be a doctor, then if you become a doctor, all you ever did was live your dad's expectations. And that is so sad. You are here for you. What is it that you want? What do you want? I don't know, Mark. Well, do you want to be a doctor? No? Then don't. At least you know what you don't want to be, which is a good thing. And now allow what is meant to come into your life. My daughter's leaving now. She's traveling the world. I don't know where she's going and what she's doing. I know what she knows what she's doing. I trust her completely. And I know that at the right moment, whatever it is she wants to be and wants to do will present itself to her. That's the exciting part for me. You know, if she says, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm saying, hey, don't worry, it'll come. And when it comes, you're going to love it. So stop worrying about anything and enjoy it. And that's what I believe a good dad, a good mentor should be. I trust my daughter in her path. Whatever she does, I trust her. Listen to this, I trust you. I know what you'll do. Guidance is one thing, if asked. But another thing is to be there for your children and help them along that journey with trust. So that's my message today. And I hope it helps one person today. If it has, then great. And you know, I've had 100 jobs. If you're stuck in a job, remember that. Mark's had over 100 jobs. It made me who I am. I've got so many stories about all my jobs. I've got so much experience through all my jobs. Isn't that a blessing? Oh, but I left this job because it was bad. No, I left that job because, you know what? It wasn't me, but I experienced from it. And that's what life is. It's an experience. Stop saying things are bad. Stop saying, oh, I hated that. It was horrible. Stop saying those things, because all you'll ever do is bring that into your life. Just say it was an experience. That was an experience, and I learned a lot from it. Good. Now you're getting it. Now you're understanding it. Your journey is an experience. Some experiences are beautiful. Some are magical. Some take your breath away, and some are a little challenging, but they're all an experience. So walk your path, be true to your path, and love your path no matter what the experience was, whether good or bad, or difficult or sad. Embrace that experience as part of your journey. That's who you are, and never push it to one side and ignore it. Embrace it and ask yourself, what have I learned from those experiences? And more importantly, I'm so looking forward to what's about to happen. And I say that about my life too every day. I don't know what I'm going to do in 10 years from now, or 20, or 30, but I'm excited to know that whatever it is, I will be led in a way from my heart, from my trueness, to where I need to be. And so will you. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. I'm going to now nip over to Mark Bajerski Crystals and do a lovely little crystal video from a beautiful crystal I love working with. Have a great day. Thank you for going to markbajerski.com and buying your genuine crystals. And one of the most beautiful crystals to wear on this topic of conversation, I would say, would be for you today a malachite. Hold it, and it will bring adventure, and it's wonderful for traveling and to change and to strengthen and to heal from the mind into the heart. Have a great day, guys. Take care.